welcome to another episode of Last Days in Uni with Abdulhamid Adeyemo, an exceptional masterpiece of Al-Khaliq, the best of creators. This is a space where we let final year students speak their mind on what truly matters to them, from relationship to academics to business to lifestyle and every other conversation. Once again, I am Abdulhamid Adeyemo, an exceptional masterpiece of Al-Khaliq, the best of creators. You know that situation when you have many things to say, but you don't know where to start from or how to even start. This is currently my plight on introducing my guest today. But let me start with this. When I was much younger, I used to think, I used to believe those who use glass were brilliant until my secondary school days, when I met people who use glasses but didn't meet up with the expectations of brilliance. However, after meeting my guest during our lower level days, I reinforced my belief because she is not only brilliant but also intelligent.
Nice.
She is outspoken yet very reserved. And talk about writing content that appeals to the target audience, content that makes one pause and reflect. She is the hand controlling the pen of those contents. She is someone we've done so much together, whether working as members of various projects, organizing events, hosting and managing a number of organizations and teams. Dear viewers, I am glad to be joined on today's episode of Last Days in Uni by a colleague, a teammate, and a very close friend of mine, a writer of the best kind and the finest moderator with uniqueness, the one who is looking for Jamal TESLIMAH Ayobami Abdulhafiz, best referred to as the TESLIMAH Abdulhafiz THETA. TESLIMAH,
It's so nice to be here.
it's nice having you.
The introduction, I don't even know how to explain it, but I was just blushing while I was reading it. So, safe to say yes, I was wowed listening to the introduction.
Thank you. You're welcome on the show.
Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate the invite.
How have you been?
I've been well. As you can see, I'm putting on the FYB finale outfit.
Beautiful now.
So the past weeks has been nice, but I want to believe that this week was more like a vacation for me because I had to do less of academics and just live in the moment. Say, this FYB, I'm exploring and I'm soaking myself in it. So yeah, this week has been really nice. It's more like a vacation, but it's just that every day when I get home, I get very tired. And the only thing I do during the day is just to take pictures, make videos, meet with people. But this week it has been an highlight of my uni life, and I would say that I'm grateful that I'm participating in it.
That's great. And just like you said yesterday, that when we were talking, what we said that this FYB week is more like a trap, because next week now we're moving to test properly. But then it is what it is. We do it, inshallah Rahman, and we perform well. Let's start from our first meeting. You know, the story of our first meeting is not something we can forget actually, because it's kind of special.
So it's not something I can forget because I believe for every person that I've met, I know my first encounter with every single one of them. There's a reason why I do that, because I want to know where we met, the process that took us to where we are. So I'll say most of every person that I know that I interact with, I know the history of their first encounter. Even those ones that I feel like, okay, I don't really remember the details, there's still like an highlight that, okay, this is where I met you. So going back to how I met you, I remembered I came to the FUNAPSU literary intercollegiate debates. So, and you were representing Poland, so, and I just saw that you debated, and that was all. That was just it that day. I knew, okay, I knew your name, I knew everything. Then there was a day I was coming from SUB Masjid, and I saw you, and I was just like, I saw your debate and it was really nice. I liked
Is
the
that
way
your
you
dick? Sorry.
presented your speech. I liked everything and I asked for your number. That was the first time we met.
She asked for my number.
Yes, I asked for your number because I wanted to connect. I wanted to connect. On a normal day, if it were first 100 level first semester, I would not have asked for your number. Because I remember when I resumed FUNAB 100 level first semester, I had like a different overview of how I wanted to live my uni life. But after the strike and everything, I had like a reorientation. And I was just like, I'm not focusing on only academics. I want to do more outside
More
school.
outside
And
school.
because I was doing that, I came for the intercollegiate debate,
Debate.
and that was how I met you.
And it happens that later we also both represented our college in
Yes.
that
Even though we didn't win,
yes, and that was
it was a nice
300 level.
yes,
And that was
300
when I
level.
said we both decided that we are hanging
We were
our
going
boots
for
for debate
debate.
now. So
Exactly.
let's train people who take that thing up from us and start doing things like that as well. It's a nice one, and it's nice meeting you actually, and that is actually the same case for me. But the issue is that you know that was in 200 level,
Yes.
because that intercollegiate debate
Was in 100
was
level.
in 100 level second
So
semester.
200
So
level
when we resume first semester,
That
so
was
it
when I
was
saw you
when
at TESLIMAH.
but it was recently that we both discovered that we've met before in 100 level
Yes,
during our matriculation, though we did
we
not
did not have
interact.
exactly.
I did not even
I didn't know you too.
know that the SEMA was there then.
I didn't know
But
you.
it was now recently when we seeing some of those pictures. So the SEMA won the bet.
And
So
you know those times when you don't know someone until you know them.
exactly, you don't have their face registered in your mind yet.
Exactly. Almost all the people that I've met, like until I meet them and be able to interact with them. And I now go back, I'm like, I've seen this person here before now. I met this person here now. The person was here. So it begins to just register because those times they were not part of the moments that I wanted to hold on to. But when I add you the memory, so it was
So
just
we
time
had to bring
to
everything
exactly
together. Because the only people I remember were there during the matriculation was Amina,
and Toiba.
Toiba.
And even those times, I don't think I interacted with any of them, whether Amina or Toiba. The only
Except
connection
Islamia.
we had was just Islamia.
Islamia.
Because Islamia knew them. I knew they were Islamia's friends. So that was just
But still in our memory of meeting,
okay.
I remember after we met and we started attending classes together. Along the way, we built so many circles. So some graduated already, some left, and some we are still coming there. But the one I want to, a funny one that I want to bring is the experience with Islamia. When she said, you remember when you used to work with her, attend classes with her, and things like that. But when we get close, that
Oh, I remember.
I started attending class. We started attending classes together. Started working together. Oh, Babi, Abdulhafid don't think about them. Ó ti gbá tẹ̀sí màmá mi lọ́wọ́.
I feel
Ó ti
like
gbá tẹ̀sí màmá mi lọ́wọ́.
that conversation, a lot of people say it. They say things like, Desma already has a new friend. And I used to say it that I'm not a kind of person that keeps a small circle.
Exactly.
I know a lot of people say less is more, less is more, less is more, keep a small circle. But for me, when it comes to friendship, I do
Yes.
not believe less is more. Because I feel like different situations in your life, you need
Exactly.
different people. And if I'm keeping a small circle, they might not be able to extend that grace for whatever favor that I need at the moment. I remember that same 200 level. I was working with you and Sister Sada. And
Yes.
my goal for 200 level at the time was I wanted to leave. I wanted to be in uni. I wanted to come to class without my friends. So when I come to class, I go to a different seat just so I'll be able to sit with random people. I do that, and most of them I don't collect their number because for me, I'm like, I just need to meet you
Don't have
3
the
times
connection.
before we talk like
There is
that.
not even the
Exactly.
purpose,
So
something that binds us together.
exactly.
Why
So I
have
just
the
meet them after classes. What's your name? What level are you? What department are you from? And that's all. But if I say that okay, the person is now recurring in my life, and I begin to say, okay, I
Yes.
want to do something with this person. I think that was a similar case for Solia.
Yeah,
Sugebi,
Solia, yes, yes. So because at the time it was myself, you, Saada. Then at the time it was myself, you, and Solia. So
Exactly.
then others started doing. Well, you mentioned something about
Then there
keeping
was
the
me, you, Solia,
Solia,
and
Amina.
Amina.
Then me, you. Toiba, Amina, Abiba, Hanifa,
Exactly. It was
and
just so a lot
that's
of
there are
fun.
just so many conversations on that that we get there if you can. But you mentioned something about the keeping the circle of friendship small. One thing I believe people make mistake of is just keeping it small, just like the popular saying. But the thing they don't know is that there can still be a circle inside a circle. In
So,
fact, there can be circles inside a circle.
you know,
You
this
can
is
have a very close circle like this, maybe just you and one person, your best friend. You can
exactly
still have another circle after that, which is
just like
just like the
a lot
purpose
of
end now, a
circles
lot
in
of
a Venn
circles in
diagram.
you get
Exactly,
it. You
exactly,
get it. You can still have
exactly.
a lot of, but when I take
As long as they are connected in one way or the
that's
other.
it. That's it. And you will get to meet people with this. Through you, I know some people. Through you, I know some people. Through
Exactly.
those people, I know some other people again. And that is how
That's
it keeps
that's just
expanding,
right.
expanding.
I'm not someone that keep little friends. No, there are many,
Even though
and they
when
are all valuable.
exactly,
That's it.
even though when you see your real friends, you forgot some friends.
I get a lot of questions
On
regarding
that,
that. And they say things like, I have
Sakina,
a friend that she says, like, when she comes to visit me in school, they're always like, I'm not with her, like, I'm with other friends. And I used to
and
say
who is
something
it
like,
that?
I feel like when I'm talking to these people, me and you, we have a place where we meet. Let me just talk to these people for like
And then
few
we
minutes. Then when it's time for us to connect, nobody is going to come between us. So just like I know you are here for me, but let me be here for them. They were coming back. It's not like I'm leaving them for others. I cannot split myself. And also another thing that I've come to notice is that everybody is not a main character in each other's life.
SW.
And I feel like I I get the feeling of being a supporting character, not in a bad way. And the way I've realized it is most of the time when I watch movie, the female lead or the male lead, they're not always like my fan. There's just one random
One
person at the
person.
edge of the door that I notice. I'm like, okay, this is the kind of person I like. And with that, I've learned that with every person in my life, they are male leads, they are supporting character.
Definitely.
I also want to give priority to those
To them.
supporting characters, whether as a crew, whether as a cast or anything. I just want to give priority to every single one of them without feeling left out.
Now, let's talk about you coming to FUNAB, Federal University of Agriculture,
Culture.
Abeokuta,
Oh,
and
nice.
deciding to settle for
And
animal
don't use the
nutrition.
word settle because I didn't settle
Oh,
for it.
okay,
I
okay,
didn't
yes.
settle
Choice
for
of word
animal
is
nutrition.
important.
Exactly.
After all, I'm talking to a writer and
Exactly.
editor.
I
So
didn't settle for animal nutrition.
you chose
Exactly. I
animal
chose it.
nutrition. So don't yes, because yes, exactly, because when we are talking about settle and it may mean something differently. So you chose animal nutrition. Why animal nutrition? What informed the decision of
Beautiful
animal
question.
nutrition?
So over the past few years in my life, I've had a lot of career changes. From wanting to be a lawyer, to wanting to
Everybody.
be a sports psychologist, to wanting to be a
Sports
musician.
psychology.
That was like the musician part was just like now when I
And
think
now
I'm
you
just
think a
like how far
musician,
musician
how
wow.
come
Then eventually vet
Oloribo?
medicine and then eventually I settled for animal nutrition. So I remember there was a time when I told my mommy that. So that was around the time she went to Arch. I was like, I called her. I was like, Mommy, sports psychology to be a see a brother for me. So now,
What class were you then?
I think I was in JSS 3. That was towards the
JS3.
time I was thinking, should I go for arts or science class, art or
Okay.
science class? And one person, she come and say, teacher, I don't want to shake. And
Who
actually,
opened your eyes to that sports psychologist of a team?
I was just looking for arts courses. Though. What can I do as an art career? Sports psychology. So just told me, you can do sports psychology. Then I went to research and I was like, it ain't not bad though. So I told my mom, I shall do that for me, sports psychology. I'm not sure she will even remember now. But eventually I decided that I was going to study animal nutrition at JSS 3. So I think around the time when my mom came back, okay, I think it was just a two that I told her I wanted to be. I think that was around the time she went to art.
Okay.
So when I was now deciding whether to go for art or
Arts or
science,
science.
my dad was in science, but he's very vast in anything related to art. My mom was in art and she's very good at it. So I told her that okay. She now told me that whatever career that I want to choose, this is Nigeria. It has to be something that
Can work with the
why
future.
you think okay I want to depend on someone, let it be something that you can also do on your own. And agriculture was just
The
that
best. That's
thing that you
it.
could okay now what part of agriculture do you want to venture in. So I think my uncle that time he came home and he was just telling me and I told him what I wanted to do. I didn't have a name for it at the time. I graduated from FUNAB, so when I was explaining everything to, and I was like, ah, what you're explaining is animal nutrition. Then I went to make my own research and I was like, oh, animal nutrition is not a bad choice. And now that I'm studying animal nutrition, I love it. Now, when people ask me, do you want to work with this degree? And I'm like, of course, the goal is to be a professor. I think just
Prof.
yesterday, someone was still asking me that.
Just like I've been calling you,
So
Prof.
a lot of people call me prof now. I'm like very happy, excited about that. So just yesterday, someone was still asking me, do you choose animal nutrition? I said yes. Oh, it was not yesterday, it was on Tuesday. I met someone. So we're just speaking and she was like, you chose animal nutrition? I'm like, yes. Do you want to use it? I said yes. What do you want to become? I said I want to become a professor. And she's like, professor in what? This I said yes. And she, I don't know why she was surprised, but that's what I want to. And I really like it. And I've also come to realize that what my mom was saying at the time that teacher Aloma was very nice because eventually I'm still going to lecture.
Yes.
So while I also teach, and I see that I like to pass on knowledge, I like to teach people. When I come for trainings and I train people, it just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy.
That's that sense of fulfillment.
Exactly. It makes me so happy that I get to pass the little knowledge that I have to
people.
a certain group of people. I really enjoy it. So as a method of evaluation too, what I do is after every training or every teaching that I do, I tend to ask those children, did you enjoy teaching? Did you enjoy what I taught? What would you like me to add to this teaching? Because I don't want to be the kind of teacher where my students are in class and they're not even excited that they want to come to my class. Because I don't like it when I'm not excited to go for a certain class. Or I know that this class is more or no, so that's just it.
How has the department been?
The
Department
department,
of Animal Nutrition.
okay, I'll just say 500 level is where I'm beginning to settle in the department. Because 100 level, 200 level, 300 level was just like a lot of people combining together, doing different courses. And 500 level, I'm looking at it, I'm like, department has been so nice. The lecturers are super awesome. Talk about my supervisor, talk about
That is yeah,
I
that is
really like
supervisor.
you.
I like the man.
Talk about my supervisor, talk
So
about
so
our
gallant.
level advisor. I just love everything about. I get that they are. How should I put it? You can meet them, you can relate to them, you can ask them questions. So my department is very nice. I would advise anybody that wants to study animal nutrition. They should not be bothered or worried about anything. The support system that they have is in the department already. So
Definitely, definitely. Your
exactly.
lecturers are nice, and I particularly love your supervisor because the man is a
Very
union, is very, very
exactly. I
gallant.
like
It's where
it.
I'm marrying my uncle. Very gallant man. God bless him.
I
God
mean,
bless the leader. As someone, because the one thing that we both also have in common is advising people with their lower levels to take their academics seriously. And I know how particular we are about this.
exactly.
Barely a day will pass in any of our interaction, training, meeting with people in lower levels that we will not mention that aspect to them. So probably because we've seen how it is and we know the importance of it.
Exactly. I'm thankful for the early people that I met that also gave me the same advice.
Exactly the orientation.
Okay, so part of what I've always prioritized in my life is excellence. And I like it so much. But there are sometimes that I tell myself that because okay, when I prepare our trainings, when I prepare for them for debates, I'm always like, whatever it is that we have, we're okay with it. If we are the first, we are very fine. But what we want to attain is excellence. Now, as regard academics, I say it every time. I've never been first position in my life. I've never been second position in my life. I've been like third position, and I've been third, fourth. I could not remember. Maybe my because in primary school I was not really concerned about it. It was just like until primary five when I changed to a new school, I was like, I want you sharing me by you. So that was when I started taking academic very serious. So when I look at academics now, I see that just like Timothy to say, it might not take you out of poverty, but it's going to give you the edge and the leverage that you need to do some things. And because I have that advice, I see that when I pass it on to people, it makes sense. Don't skip classes, don't avoid taking tests. When you have presentations, please go for it. if you are doing things that pertain to education, go for it, learn about how it is done. Not because I regret anything, because I like to believe that whatever it is that I do, I don't regret it. It's only the things I don't do that I regret.
Yes.
And because I'm in the system, I'm already doing it, it's totally fine by me. As long as I put in my very best, the best I should be put, as long as I put it, whatever results that I have, and I have belief, I pray to Allah, whatever result I have, I'm totally okay with it. So it does not mean I'm settling for less,
Yes.
but it just means that okay, I've put all my efforts and I'm
Whatever
just trying
comes
to
after
try.
your best
Exactly.
after your
Because
best effort is the will of
I
Allah.
don't know if anybody has noticed, but part of the things that I've been doing for my FYB, like the caption, is that I've been trying to break some myths about something. So take for instance, you say school is a scam.
Notice.
But this school has given me the opportunity to meet so many people. It
Lot
has
of
given me the level to even do the things I would never think in my entire life. And then yesterday caption was just like talking about origin, sources, saying okay,
yes.
everything that we have done is innovation. This is not innovation because whatever innovations that we have
It's
had,
coming from
it has
one thing.
happened from pre-existing ideas. So what was I like to take academic just like that too. This is not innovation. People have been teaching, people have been learning, but how can we optimize or integrate whatever it is that we have now learned? How do we put it into practice? How do we make sure that we soak ourselves in the moments that even when we don't carry this book, we're able to remember the things that we have read?
Exactly.
So but if it is to use cards, just use anything. Academics is super important. Okay, like I said, I didn't have any regrets. If I didn't graduate eventually with the CGPA that I intended I would have, I'm living with the fulfillment that I did this and I did it
Yes, yes,
beautifully well.
yes. And I did
Exactly.
it with my capacity, with the help of
Exactly.
Allah.
Exactly. So
Now I've been talking on a very low voice, and if you would get start to think we are too serious. I can wait to serious, but then when it's just come to serious, and we just have to be serious when the time comes in. Let's talk about your memories in full now.
memories and
Some of your
fun.
best memories in
Some of
full
my
now.
best memories of fun. I would say every single memory, the best memories I have uh, are the memories I have with MSSN for now. I would say every single memory that I
Everything
have, okay,
about
they were the
MSSN.
best was with MSSN for now. Talk about NICOMs, talk about
It's
ITCAF,
calm, talk
oh
about the
God,
jihad
talk
week,
about
talk
JADWI,
about
talk about going
a
for
lot.
humanitarian
We-
excursion.
A
Every
lot, a
single
lot.
memory that I have
Alhamdulillah.
had was MSSN for now. I don't think there was anything outside it. And I remembered when I wanted to resume for now, I was just like, "Mi ò bá wọn ṣe MSSN o."
Because of
The
the
orientation that I already
the
had
app
that
then, the
no,
MSSN.
mi ò ṣe MSSN. I could remember how I joined this organization. Okay, as a Muslim, you are a member of MSSN for now, yes.
Yes,
But I
automatically
remembered
remember.
200 level. There was this debate that I would have wanted to do. I think Musab was the committee that was calling for members. I just wanted to try my luck. So I said, okay, let's do it. So the first time I attended it. The second time, the meeting was at Olu. I didn't go. I skipped it. I was like, "Whoa, mo ṣe mo jàre." The second meeting, I skipped it. So I think I skipped 3 consecutive meetings. And I don't know, just like allowed have it. For every meeting that was missing, I was not the only one that was missing it. And they had like they needed a AI turn up for them to progress with me. So the last one, I just said, "Wo, local share because on Shimbel." So I went there. And since that time, 200 level second semester, I think that was the first time I did debate for MSSN for now. So I did it. I think we came first with me and Star Sada. So we did debate.
Yes, that was.
It was
Is it UI?
no, it was not UI. It was FUNAB.
Okay, okay. Yes, we hosted the jihad week.
Jihad week.
Yes.
So that time I joined. I was like, take a lot share. And then after that time, they included me as the publicity secretary for Ramadan, and then eventually publicity chairperson for
For
sister
sister
seminar.
seminar.
I'm like, let's do it now. And every single moment. Now, the only regret that I have was not participating in ITCAF when I was the publicity secretary. Because they were telling me
You
that
missed.
that
You
ITCAF
missed
was
a lot.
really nice.
It
They
came as one
Exactly.
of my best events of MSSN.
I can remember the ITCAF of
Because
last
the
year.
brotherhood, the bond,
Last
the
year's
everything.
ITCAF, when I joined, I went to the group. I was like, I don't know these people now. But I know that okay, ITCAF is for Ibadah. But at least let's meet people. God, when I got to ITCAF, guy, it was super fun. I know the fun is not Tito, but it was just so fun.
Exactly.
And this year's ITCAF, well, it beat it times 100 though. Because when I was leaving last time, I was like, all these people they are
Oh my
graduating.
God,
Some
already.
went for IT and like, so that bit last year, Jerry, and this year was just like another
Some new
vibe. So
one.
every single moment
And
I've spent with MSS and FUNAB was like the highlight of my stay in campus. And also night comes. I say it every time. Night comes
I miss
was
that
just
night
like
comes. I
night
miss
comes
the night
was I
comes.
say it every time. Night
That
comes
was
was
say it loud, say
super
loud,
fun.
Wabi.
No,
Which
Futa.
one? Okay,
Went
Futa,
to Futa.
Futa,
I
Futa,
also
Futa. Akure
represented
here.
debates for me and
God.
TESLIMAH. Night comes was super fun. I think that was where I got closer with a lot of people. I think I got closer with
Amida
Amina,
and
Su Baby. I think that was when the bond with Su Baby and I was just like
Camille.
it was
Okay.
super fun. Every moment I spent with MSSN FUNAB was my fun moment on campus. Okay, outside that, I have volunteered in events, I've volunteered in a lot of things. But I think that the events that gave me the opportunity or the community that gave me the opportunity to really shine was MSSN FUNAB without judging. They were not even thinking, can she do it? It's like,
Yes.
let TESLIMAH do it, and
MSN will just give you. Go
she's
and
going
do
to
it.
do
It
it
will be a
well.
training
She's
ground
going to
for you.
do
You
it
will
well.
learn on the
And I
go.
would say that my portfolio with moderating events now was just MSSN for now. And then Oxygen. Because Oxygen was just like,
That's it for
the
you.
smile will do it, the smile will do it, the smile will do it. I'm like, when we did the first panel for Agri-Tech Summit, I'm like, oh, well, these people are top
Top
individuals. So
people.
we have top farmers, banking professionals, and then Oxygen who told me I should
I will.
write
That's what
the
I'm saying now.
stuff, I should write the letter, I should come up with it. And when I was doing the moderation, I was just like, it was super
You
fun,
feel
super
that,
fun.
that's
So
like I
the
cannot even
relationship that
describe
I
the
had with
feeling.
someone from MSSN FUNAB gave me
Yes.
the opportunity to shine. So every moment in campus, MSSN FUNAB just stops it. I don't think there was any other organization that gave me.
Mm.
Perhaps maybe I didn't join that organization,
Okay.
but MSSN FUNAB gave me the opportunity to be
No,
who I really wanted to be on
we've
campus.
we've worked as a member of various teams, as a member of various projects. But personally, the top three I think stand out for me is working with Oxygen when he was the NAS
Oxygen
president.
is a super
That
amazing
guy,
man,
you are still
super
coming to
amazing
you.
man.
You are still coming to you. This is a shout out to Oxygen.
Shout out to Oxygen. Thank you
Now,
so
Im
much for the
Adekunle
opportunity.
Yekini, thank you so
So
much.
much
You
for the
were such a
opportunity.
great leader,
He's a
and
top guy.
I'm glad that NAS had you, we had
I
you
swear.
as our president
It was
because we know
just
what we did together.
exactly
During that, the
through
move we
him.
made
I got to
for the
meet
betterment of the students, for the
the
betterment of NAS,
exactly.
it was
We
amazing.
did.
Sometimes I would just say, why not para yín? Our students will really
You just
appreciate
message
it.
Kini Konkin
Just
contest.
let us
Through
to
him,
do
that
it.
was when I met the former DVC. Because
Yeah,
that time that we went
Oladibayo,
for an interview,
interview.
Through him, I got to meet a lot of people. Through him, I met Arnold Shitsu. Just a
Yes,
lot of
yes,
people.
Miss Anna Chitu, yes.
A lot of people.
So before we diverse, so working with Oxygen, Al-Mustaqshif,
And
and
instead,
then Campus Reader.
even though
Those
it
three
can be
words. Although we
super
still have some other things we work on, but
like
these are the top
top
three.
three.
These are the top three of
I
them.
think there was one day I was telling someone that I'm free on Sunday now. I was just like, free on
Free
Sunday,
on
ke.
Sunday, wow. Free on Sunday,
Níbi
wow.
tí Almutechship training wà, free on Sunday ke. I just said, wo, don't worry, mo lè ṣe week yìí mọ́, let's do another because so most of the time I don't like how I am because for me,
It's fine.
when I take on role, I like that I'm there. But sometimes I get very exhausted that I cannot show up. And woman come Lara go. It hurts me a lot that I'm part of this thing. Why am I not showing up? But in the process of not showing up, there are just tons of things to do. I can remember, okay, just like um we were talking about writing something for Jihad Week where the topic I didn't even check the group. I didn't see the group.
Okay, the one I sent.
Because there was a deadline that I had. That deadline was, I think it was, that day was the 1st of March, and I needed to do that thing before April 1st. So that was what I was doing. Even, I think I finished last stuff around 12:02. And it was around 12:02, I just went to that one, and I was like, and also I was like, deadline 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I know I'm here. I was just scrolling there, I was like, so whatever it is I, that is why I don't like to exhaust myself so much. I don't get tired of things because I tell myself that once I've started it, I have to finish it. But on days that I'm very exhausted, it hurts me that I cannot carry on the same energy that I used to have. But exhaustion doesn't take long. I just try to say, oh, just for a matter of time, we'll be done with it and then just move.
So we still go deep into those one. Now let's start with Oxygen. Working with Oxygen as when he was the last president, and particularly the highlight of that for me is organizing Agritech
Agritech summit.
Summit.
Yes, yes.
That was the highlight for
Organizing
me.
Agritech
What
summit.
was your experience like organizing that, being
Okay,
part of the team that will organize that?
being part of the team, most of what I had to do, I was supposed to do, they were spontaneous.
Mm.
I remember I went to the mosque that day, and Oxygen was just like, I think the topic panel session. I'm just like, Oxygen, kini topic,
Ẹ lọ fún Tẹ̀símà tó bá ti wá
kini
bá mi tó
team
bá ti wọ́n
event,
ẹ lọ bá
kini
Tẹ̀símà
team
fún
event.
panel session ní àwọn
I just
àdúgbò
told him,
fún
I said, Oxygen, okay, we have 5 minutes. I went to the team of events without fluent AI.
yeah, yeah, go
I
AI,
didn't
AI,
feel
we
like
don't,
using
we
AI
don't,
those
AI,
times
we
because those
don't use
times I
that
used to be
today
very
now.
scared of AI.
AI, we
But
don't,
now, yeah, we
don't
gather there.
go
But
for
that time I
something
just
like
said,
that.
kini topic. We worked on it, and
What's the
eventually,
purpose? What's
Oxygen
this?
sent
Then
I sent the topic to Oxygen, and he was just like, we still have some letters to write. We still have some guinea corn. It's just what I really enjoy about working with Oxygen is it lets you do the things that you want to do.
that's it.
And he knows that okay, whatever it is that
And
you're
he trusts you on it.
is exactly
That's
he
it.
trusts you
And
on
I
it.
believe it's because he believe we are capable. Because you cannot
Exactly.
trust. But when I was in PRO, when I was in PRO in 200 level, there are some of my responsibilities I cannot trust with people. The only person I, the only person I will not try to go over anything that comes from me was Musa. Then when I was gathered, because he was the editor in chief, and Musa blew she didn't came out with him, Elohim. And after Musa, you are the next. But in anything, like okay, the similar Loshele, I don't need to review it again. Just go ahead, say testing order the smart to work. And I believe that that was the same
Same
thing
thing
for
Oxygen was
Oxygen.
doing, yes.
I remember it was during the holiday. We, myself and him, we drafted the proposal, the theme of the event, how we want it to go, and during the holiday. And when it comes to panel session, when it comes to panel session, I just say go and meet testing. That was it.
Exactly.
And on the day of the event,
No. The day of events, when I saw people, even I remember Oxygen came to me, was like, I think AG Mortgage Bank was
yeah,
like,
Mortgage Bank.
I'm at work at the bankers. I was like, Oxygen banker care.
That is
Ṣé mo lè ṣe
how
báyìí ṣá?
and that was
Kò ṣe
it,
kinní kan.
it was a
Ó máa
very
ṣe,
top event
ó máa ṣe.
with big people on the panel
Exactly.
session, with big speakers
On the
and all of
it
them.
was
I
so
remember
nice.
wanting to climb the stage to start hosting the event. That was not my first event. Of course, I've hosted several events before then.
But depending on
Remember,
the people in the
yes,
event,
exactly,
that's
because of
exactly.
the categories of people there. I was like, I
Ṣé mo
was
lè ṣe
nervous for
kinní
a moment. You
báyìí?
remember I
And
came to meet Tesima. I
nígbà tí mo ń
remember
ka when I was reading the citation for the panelists, I remember my hand was shaking. I was like,
yes, yes.
how far now? How far now?
But the thing is that being professional, many people will not see it
Exactly.
because you know
I
how
remember
to
those
not
training
to
with
hide it, but how to
exactly.
quickly tame it and then catch up with the
I remember I
moment.
was changing the mic. I was
Exactly.
just to make sure that
That's
the
one
pressure
of the
was not on one
one
hand.
hand. So that's one of the measures when you are speaking as well. That's one of the measures to reduce your nervousness, because when you keep it on just one single hand, mama who will see me,
I'll change it again. I'm out of 50s again.
and they will not notice. Only
Exactly.
professional will also notice that
I am
you don't share
Moincha.
it here, but ordinary people they will not notice that, and that was a very great experience. Oxygen, thank you
Thanks
so
so much.
much for the
Jazakallah
things you've done
khairan.
for us, for the things we've done together. Thank you so much. May Allah continue to ease your ways and bless you in all ramifications.
Ameen.
Thank you so much, Oxygen. Now moving to Al-Mustakshif.
I'm mistaken.
Al-Mustakshif is a whole lot,
a lot.
but it's even lesser compared to the
Of
next
course,
one to
exactly.
campus Seda. But let's talk about Al-Mustakshif first.
I remember when I was the editor last year,
Yes.
I was not even a member of the
Or the crew.
I was like, I'm not a member of administration. Why they can share? I don't know what they do there. Because I remember those times I used to see Musab and you and then Rokiba and Sister Sada come to them like, I want campus redact, or I want administration.
And I remember how you made me join campus Seda.
I
You
want
and
campus
peace.
redact. Don't do administration now. And when I eventually became part of it, I was just like,
I said that when they said we are looking for
can I-
editor in chief, second to editor in chief, to I love TESLIMAH.
well, it was a lot. But I would say that being an editor last year before this session was a training ground. It was a training ground. Yes, I used to like train people, but I think that was the time that it was now a responsibility to pass
Yes,
this
yes.
knowledge, whether I like it or not,
Exactly.
because it was just what the office
It's for
required.
have to train
You have
people.
to do it.
Just
You
have
have
to
to do
train
that.
people.
You know, there was a time when we started the administration, the PROs, they send caption to me. I'm like, my work is not to edit caption now. I remember I told the guy 3 times and he kept on being, I was like, oh, no worry, Shama,
What?
Mama, edit it. So those were part of the thing. And sometimes when he sends message, when he sends the message, I'm like, message ti okay, ó ti lọ gan. And message, sister Tesima, mo message.
Yeah,
I've not seen the
way
message
and I'll
me
do
again.
someone
Just again. And then eventually we just go
yeah,
through the
now.
process. Well, even some members of Chadwick committee, I think sometimes when they say me or ring, but I
Exactly.
still, even if it was that work was not in my office jurisdiction.
Once you need my input it,
Exactly. I felt like,
I'm
oh,
supposed to.
if I want to do it, and another thing I believe in is all the things I'm doing, I'm not doing it for myself, really. And I just want to make sure that, okay, let me say I'm selfish with this one. I want to earn my reward from me.
That's
So the
it.
moment I said,
No.
Mamiwa, I just changed my intention that, oh, let me
All
do
of
it
us
for
are
the sake
shaking.
of
I want to
exactly.
get the
Let me
reward, and
change my
that's it.
intention. I want to do
So,
it
what's
because
your
of
highlight of being the editor in chief for administration, especially for this session, for this our
it
own
was
administration?
just okay. This administration was super, was not like last administration. I had time last administration because I was doing FKY. But this administration, it was different because my project ran for a larger number of field. I would just say maybe in the last 3 weeks, that was when my project ended. So this administration, I didn't get to really do much like on the spot, play physical stuff. Most every time I just come for training after getting exhausted on the farm. Tomorrow training or so, but the highlight for me this semester was the testimonials that I was getting from the members of the
Members.
group. See members saying things like, I want to join. I like the things that you are doing here. I want to join. I want to be a part of this team. And I think that's the best that has happened to me. Because the fact that people want to join, it means that there's something that they have seen
So,
and then they also want to continue doing that thing. I think a lot of FUMSA say, I'm like, I don't know if FUMSA and FUNAB can do administration together, but you guys should still come. Come for training, come and sit with us, come and see the things that we are doing. And eventually when they sit when they come, like, okay, I enjoyed it. And then most of them they ask me questions later and I'm happy to answer them. Because I feel like if I don't answer them, it means that I'm neglecting them one way or the other. Mo fẹ́ ṣe kíní ẹ̀ bọ̀ mo béèrè question kan wọ́n dá mi lóhùn pé ẹ̀ mi
yeah,
ṣe.
yeah.
But I didn't want a situation like that to happen. So I made sure that I was always like, even if I had other things to do, tí máa ti rí message wọn pé ẹ̀yin yìí fẹ́ sọ nǹkan tó wà important to me, I'll
Exactly.
just make sure that I
Yes.
reply. So my highlight was just the people that was training. It was just students. There was no highlight from my own side because I want to believe that most of the highlights that I would have had, I already had them. I just needed to make sure that the knowledge I was passing, it was retained by those people that I was passing it to. So that was it. The retention was all I needed,
And
and I'm glad I got it.
I'm glad. One thing I'm quite happy about for administration is how we really make the joining the membership
With campus,
easy.
okay,
No,
membership.
not even with member campus
Okay.
now. How we make this kind of easy. Because me, although people get to misuse that, if I can use that word, because when you don't get them really scrutinized before saying they should
Exactly.
come and join. But me, I believe that
Let
if
them
you have
just
interest,
join.
just come and join.
Exactly.
If you are active, if you are not active, that then the rest is left to you. Just like the book we are reading, that is not my job. So now talking about campus radar.
And procedure is a whole
Campus
lot.
radar is a whole lot,
I remember
and I'm
when
actually looking at
how it's going to be when we leave.
see that is one of my major concern. You know they say is success without successor is still a failure.
Exactly.
And all we see all the things we've done for campus radar while we are heading it, I will not take it as my own success. I will take it as the success of
Those that
my
came
predecessors,
before
those
us,
who came before us. So my own success will now be the success of those who
that came
will
after
come
us.
after us.
Exactly.
That will be it. There are a lot of things to talk about campus radar, and I would really love. That's why I'm looking into maybe having another episode of all of the finalists of campus
Campus
radar.
radar.
So on an episode, particularly me, you, Africa, Islamia, and Lakeside, and maybe Grego as well. to talk about. But just let us just brief it very well. I remember joining campus radar. I remember in 100 level because we had MSSN orientation. MSN always do orientation for 100 level students. So we had MSN orientation in one of the events of the orientation week. Administrative came one person from administrative, Sir Kauthar.
Okay.
The Kauthar Perry.
I
So
know.
yes, she was the one who pitched administration to us on stage. And after that, Campus Leader also came as Kiss. Kiss represented Campus Leader. She pitched Campus Leader as
Campus
well.
radar.
But because of the number of people I saw then for Campus Leader, they were all females. I thought Campus
Very
Leader
lonely
was
there.
only for ladies. Okay,
Exactly.
and Campus Leader, so I worked with administration, I joined administration, and until is it 200 level, 300 level, that I okay, kids now say it's not only for ladies, and then you were
American.
there too, and then we became close. It's man, yeah, let's go. Okay, I never lost MSSN, I never lost Campus Leader. That
Campus
is how
radar.
I actually joined Campus Leader. And being the president of Campus Leader, me, I was actually not expecting that. In fact, I believe I was made the president because maybe there's no other person. Because I was not even expecting that at all. The job will join doing magic campus in that. And that was one of my and that's one of my fear, and that's also one of my motivation. Because people knowing me before then, one of our and the two of us, the smart Abdulhamid the one now, Omashi Dada. You know that kind of expectation that people
Exactly.
will have, people expect, and that made us really do well. Actually, I it's if I should just start talking about campus radar, it's going to be a whole lot. So let me give you the floor.
Zero.
What's your favorite things about campus radar? What's your experience with campus radar
Campus
like?
radar. It gives you the confidence that you need.
Mm.
Confidence that you really need. Like you must have the mind to do speech. So look on.
Exactly. Gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe
Because
because you be
a lot
intimidated
of
in
things
the
that happened, I'll say this session, we actually needed to have Okon to be able
yes,
to do those things.
seriously,
Because if we
seriously.
were fidgeting, I was like,
And now
kini tí
I
máa
was
ṣe,
going to ṣe
kini máa sọ, kini máa sọ.
exactly.
And then we did those things. And I think we got a lot of criticism, both in the good side and the bad side. They're like, can you come? Because I used to say something. The reason why I will not support anybody like doing politics is because I'm part of campus radar. If I support you, it feels like we're leaning towards you.
Yes.
So it's just better to be neutral. Whatever they do
Exactly.
is fine.
We-
If they do it, it's fine. If they do it,
We are friends, but we
it's more
draw the
like
line when it
an
comes to our responsibility as
accountability.
campus
I think
radar.
it gives us the ability to be accountable. And then it's not like Ebini saying you're come for me, I cannot say something about them. You're able to do those things, you're able to express yourself. The first organization that I joined on campus was actually Campus Radar. When I made up my mind that okay, I wanted to do something outside academics for now, then I think Otman was saying something like when I resume next semester that there is a crew I should come. First meeting, I remember the first meeting, my mom was around that day. I was like, mom was like, you know, so I went, I came. So I saw how things was nice. It was I would say was it leveled like my own progress. So all the things I already learned during the strike period that okay, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So when I joined the second year I was the AGS, the third year I think I was retained as the AGS, the fourth year I was the editor in chief, and the last year I was the vice president. Campus Radar, just like there are a lot of organizations that I would have joined. But because of I know that if I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here.
You're not being
You
able
know,
to
like,
perform.
just like 200 level, I did a lot of things of being here, and here. And I remember I was just
200 level
falling
was a
sick.
whole lot.
I was just falling sick.
Our 200 level
So it
was a
was then
whole
I
lot.
decided that wherever it is I'm going to be, I'll just stay there. Maybe if I can join some after leaving university, I can proceed to joining them. But while in uni, I'll just
You have to
retain my
promote it,
post,
please.
my sport in whatever positions that I have. Campus Radar gave me the training ground to really learn, to learn, to do a lot of things. I remember the first time, I think the first time I was ever interviewed, like someone was asking me a question and I was giving the answer was
Campus
through
Radar.
Campus Radar. The person reached out to me, I was like, what have I achieved in my life that you want to ask me something? I don't even know anything. You want to, it looks like I should come. She's going to, she knows that, okay, I'm doing something. and she really wants to. She wants people to know about that. And I was like, okay, oh well, I'll come. And then that was, I think, 200 level too. She interviewed me. That 200 or 300 level. I don't remember. I don't really remember. So we spoke. And when I that moment was like a proud moment for me, because when people say, they interview them, I'm like, wow, that's nice. Because I really have a lot
You
of
know,
things to
interview
do
for
now.
my
For them to want people to, for them to
to have view.
exactly to be able to share their story. I'm like, okay, this is nice. And that opportunity that I had, it just gave me more avenue that okay, I'm going to stick to this school to the end of time. Not to the end of time, but till I graduate. So I'm going to stick with this crew because it has
Well,
given
you
me
still be
so
with
much.
them as one of the alumni.
Exactly. It has given me so much that I'm really glad, and I just want to give back to the people that have given to me. So it's a lot really with campus radar because it becomes a crew that people want to objectify. They're like, oh, Temo, come on, shit.
Yeah.
When they release the news, what they are saying is rubbish. When they
Because you are holding them accountable.
it's just a whole lot really. It's a whole lot. I'm not friends with all the
We just have
the
to.
people that I have as friends don't want to tell lot of so shey. So and I cannot, what's that word? I'm not the kind of person that likes to, how should I put it? That likes to do something because someone is there, or because ah
Someone
ẹni
else
yẹn
is
bọ̀ jẹ́ kí
doing
sáré
it, because she
jókòó
did.
báyìí mo ò kí ẹ o tó bá dé
And
ní
now,
posture mi ṣe rí lélẹ̀ tó bá dé
you
wàá
see
bá
me
mi
like
bẹ́ẹ̀.
that. Are you other?
So I don't really have time. The only person that I want to please, I'm still begging him. It's very easy that I cannot add anything to my life. I beg you. So campus reader was just like a turning point, a training ground, the the crew that gave me the confidence. I remember when I joined, a lot of people used to say things like, before I joined campus reader, I was not good at public speaking. I'm like, kí ló wá ṣe fún ìgbà tó wá join? They're like, but now that I'm a member, I don't used to believe that thing o, wallahi. When people say before I join Kinikan, I just feel like they're just lying to us. Eventually, when it happened to me, I'm like, oh, this thing is actually true. Because and that's just for people that are open to learning. Just like
Exactly.
I tell everybody in
Exactly.
campus reader and research, I say whatever it is that I've given to you, if you don't put action,
You have to put it
nothing
into
is going to
practice.
work. And because of that practice, that okay, let me do this thing. I really want to do it, and I was putting my all. I was putting my best into it.
And
Not
one
where I
great
want
thing
to be
about
yet.
this organization is that they won't just give you that. They won't just pass the knowledge to you. You see, create an opportunity for you to
Exactly,
test it,
to actually
to
do
act
those
on
things.
that knowledge.
Talk
If
about
you are really
research,
interested,
you'll be
you
able to
automatically
do
do
panel session for
passage.
MSSS.
Because I was
We have
particular
a lot
about
of
that.
events.
If there is any event panel
We
session,
there's
yeah,
the
you have
agric
people
orientation
I have people in
at the
administration
sister
that will do it.
seminar. Before
And
you leave now, you'd have done like 3 or 4.
a lot of events,
So
and
that's
from there
just
people on campus, other associations on campus will also notice you, and then
exactly.
you get paid for whatever you are doing.
I
But
think
then the
I was
issue is
telling
that the
someone that
commitment of members.
that's the 300 level.
Yeah,
I didn't attend any symposium again. The only place I was going on Wednesday was Faith Booster. Okay, the only time I didn't go to Faith Booster was when, okay, let's say there was an event that I needed to be in. Maybe I was doing some. Aside from that,
Exactly.
every Wednesday,
I
Faith
don't
Booster.
in my
Oh,
own from
Shemon
100 level to this moment. I'm not sure if the number of faith boosters that I missed is up to 5. I'm not.
Faith Booster was,
cannot be up to
and
5.
another thing Faith Booster was, aside from the lecture and teaching, is that you and your friends, all of you are in different departments. But on Wednesdays, all of you are meeting.
Yes.
I remember that Wednesdays and Fridays, like Faith Boosters and Alpha Juma,
Juma.
that is when I see most of them. Wednesdays, me and Amina sometimes we leave school 5 o'clock. That Juma, me and Kotema so. When I moved from camp to Agbege like this, Friday was just like a vacation because you just see everybody, meet up with everybody, and it was just that sense of belonging, that community. Those two organizations gave me that confidence, training ground, and
And
community.
still on campus here, I think the best personally, our best earning at campus that was 400 level because of
Everyone,
FPY.
exactly.
Because that's
We got to
give us
interview a lot of people, a lot
that
of
give us
top
time
individuals on
to
campus.
do many things. And that's why when I see people who are still in 400 and still family, we did a lot of things.
Even when I
because
was doing
we 400 level
FPY,
there.
I still
Give us
come
that
home
chance.
same time.
Same time.
I was not doing FPY.
You
Okay,
see,
on
and
Wednesdays
we
for
do things.
FPY, at my program from to be 11. We wait from that 11. Okay, that page booster we do. From that 11, we wait till after Zoom, after ASU, then we leave. Sometimes we even have meetings after ASU. So there was no difference between everyone.
FY and not
The only difference was that we got to do a lot of things that we would not do during 2 hours.
and we were able to establish, because I remember when I was the president, made the president of campus leader for the first time, 400 level, when we had our plans out. The thing is that
Exactly, we're able to do everything.
we're able to do it. That
When
we
we
want to
planned this
establish.
semester, the thing
You
reach.
see that this semester, it's
Semester is
and one issue with that is because our intention for this session is because we don't want to keep
Exactly.
showing face. We don't want to keep
Wanted
the
to
one
give
doing. We want to give people to those
the
who are
chance
in,
to do the things
do it too.
themselves.
We put you through do it, but then when there is no that real commitment and things, and it's one thing that is kind of paining me now is that something happened recently, and we because of our own initial plan that we want the lower ones to start taking things up. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Something happened recently.
Exactly, I remember. And because of those
And because of the things we planned before that, I felt our members in come and say, we don't want
not
to keep
able to
showing
do
our
them.
face.
Exactly.
And then we paused. So
it was a lot.
so
This
what
semester is a
happened?
lot.
What happened? And this situation, people would think, or some of them would think, maybe it's because of what
Exactly,
happened.
and there was
Of
just a
course.
lot of things that we
Yeah,
needed
they
to
will not know
fix
that
before
I have
we
Kokawa.
keep up.
It was because of that. And one thing I will also about campus that is, it's although not I was not really trained as a member of campus or like get to be trained when I was not the president yet very well. But while being the president, campus leader gave me a lot of things because I have to read, I have to learn how these are being done. There are some things I know
Exactly.
already, but I've not been able to put in practice. It gave me that opportunity, that ability to put in
To
practice.
teach.
There's some things I also have to learn as well. I remember when I was first announced as president of campus leader, I had to go and read. Okay, how is a journalism crew run? How are
How
the
to lead
things
a
and
team, how to
things
do a
like
lot of
that.
things.
And then we segmented everything and we were able to do it. I am super glad.
Yeah.
And the highlight of that 400 level was the interview
With Professor Bello.
Professor Kola Adebayo.
Well, we had with
Professor
Professor
Bello. We had
Bello
with Professor Kola Adebayo, Professor Bello. Then that was when we also started the government review.
Okay, yes.
Government review for the synapses and the
Student
NAS
union.
and blah blah and a whole lot of things. We did Ramadan content too, the
I know.
videos, and those one were even random.
It was
Those
just
one were
so
even
nice.
I remember we started the video fully when Africa joined.
Yes,
Like,
because he was a video person.
no sports.
Lakeside. We started
Africa
sports
joined.
with Africa.
Africa brought
Lakeside,
into the team.
yes, that's
Okay, and then let's even go into it. We've done a lot of things. We've done things. We leave it. We come back to it, and I think that's also good. So when you leave, you come back, you still do, and then the thing is that we just keep showing up. That has been a lot of things. Before we move to your project.
Project. Oh,
Just brief us about your project. But before we move to that, okay, yes, let me use your words. So your second to last closing statement when we host panel section. Is there any other thing you love us to talk about? That see the truth of the matter is that there are so many things
See,
you want to talk about
the truth is,
that we don't get to talk about.
when I knew
Off camera
I
now,
was going to be on this
everything
campus, I knew that I wanted to say a lot of things.
But now
The only thing I'm regretting is I didn't written them down. But
exactly.
But we can always talk about stuff here. So what is it that I want to talk about? I want to talk about the process of living fully. Me, I'm the kind of person that I like to enjoy myself, not in a bad way, in a very good way. I like to really enjoy myself. Like when I go to a party, promotion party, as long as it's nice, I will do game. Okay, I'm now going to a party. What joke from start to
and now want the food.
I tell
What's the
myself, I
essence?
tell people that please, when you are going,
Enjoy
preserve
the
moments, soak
Enjoy
yourself
the
in it.
moments.
To buy daily buy, to work on
Be an happy moment. Enjoy the moment.
You'll be
The
so
power of
happy
now.
that you did it. Just enjoy whatever it is, whatever situation that you are. Do your best. Enjoy your moments. Live fully. Live completely.
moments.
Exhaust yourself in the process. Like do a lot of things, and when you get home, you're glad that I'm glad I did those things. I'm glad that I did those things. And when I send birthday episode to people, they're like, I didn't know that you saw this about me. Make it. The
Yeah,
way I
nah,
was
yeah,
looking at
I
it, I
was
was
just
observing
observing.
every
I'll
single thing.
just keep
See, I
quiet.
might not talk,
Yeah,
I'll just
nah, but when the
observe,
times
I'll just
come,
observe. When
just
time comes, I'll just say,
just say it.
and then learn to give people their flowers when you see that someone is doing really well. See, life is short, life is short. And I think another compliment that I get from people is that they say, Teslima, a lot of people that I met, you are the kind of people, you are the kind of person that compliments. When I see the way you work, I'm like, I like the way you work. When I see the things that you write, when I see the food that you make, I'm like, I like how you make your food. Because give them their flowers.
You
Sometimes
know,
people are going through a lot. I'm going through a lot. Abami is going through a
a
lot.
lot.
And
Particularly me.
when you show that you see them. Just like I'll say, this advice is coming from the supporting character
As you are.
cast that I always have. I like that I'm supporting. I don't have to be at the top of anything. When it comes to leadership, I prefer to watch rather than take the process. Because I feel like when you are leading, you do everything, and then sometimes you're not
Exactly.
able to specialize in some
You
process.
exhausted.
But when you say, okay, little, okay, you are here today, and you fully engross yourself in that moment that you are here. Tomorrow you are here, you fully engross yourself in it. You are able to say, mirror is good with this thing. Let's give her
Exactly.
this
And
one.
that's why we and that's how
This
we
one is
get
good with
to
this one. Let's,
for
because you can always say, because she can speak well doesn't mean she can, just like someone was
you were
saying
saying
yesterday
yesterday that
that
she speak
I
loud.
always sorrow now
That,
when
that
they host
doesn't mean
events. I'm
exactly.
like,
Some people would think hosting events is
I
just
know.
about you speaking English
So the
only,
person
and
was like,
they will go there, they will
always
go up
so
there, they will speak
I'm
English,
saying
but they will
kò lè
fumble.
mi sọ pé kò lè ṣe o,
Oh,
but
she
kò lè host
cannot
event.
do it.
There are other things that she can do, but it's not this one that. So because in the process of learning to observe, in the process of wanting to give people their flowers, you're able to observe them closely. You're able to say, if I do this thing, the smile will like it. If I buy her yogurt, she's going to like it. I like unsweetened yogurt, by the way. And people always say I have a weird taste. My sister will say, Claudia, no, you go mommy yogi. Why drink unsweetened yogurt? So when you observe people, and that is when you are able to do the
Yes.
things that they really need. They say love people the way they want to be loved. When you begin to say, I want, when you begin to say, I want to give you your flowers, that is when you love them the way they want to be loved.
Exactly,
It's
because the way you
exhausting.
feel love is different from the way some other people feel love. So you just have to love them the way
Exactly.
they want.
And another thing is, at the end of every day, learn to just think about the day again. You know, I think there was an abyss of the prophet that I said that when you want to sleep, after reading Surah Mulek, read Nos Falak the class.
Yes.
You read Nos Falak the class. You dust your bed, you read Surah Mulek. Another thing that you should do is like have an overview of your day from the beginning to the beginning till the moment you want to sleep. Why is this? Because when you do that, the intent as to why they said that was because when you do that, whatever it is, the person that you have said a bad word to, the person that you have spoken ill to, the person that did something to you, you are able to let go of all the grudges. You're able to forgive. Now, aside from that, another thing that I now add to it is because I want to soak myself in the moment, because I want to live fully without regretting that I did this thing. So I'll now do, okay, when I did this thing, what did this person say? And that's also in the process of observing. What did this person say? How did this person react to it? Based on their reaction, I would not do it to them the next day. Like, that's when you like me. That is why you are observing. Another thing is that you should, as a Muslim, you should take your religion seriously. When someone asks me, I think I have a lot of conversations with my friend, different kind of conversation. I was talking to someone and the person was like, kini ile o, kini gan. I was just like, whoa, whatever it is in this life, every single thing is one thing. And in that one thing, we're now bringing, they say science is similar to art. It's still one now. Kini gan is similar to, it's still one thing. And then based on that lot of things that we're bringing out, there's also a need to like learn where it connects to each other.
Exactly.
Just learn randomly. You don't
You
know
say
when conversations
you
will
don't
come
have to know everything
about,
about something,
but you need to know
something
something about everything. So I believe in that. See, when people are talking of something and I don't know it's fine, it's charity.
Exactly. So that you'll be able to
This thing,
feel. And it's even
exactly.
rare before we get to the only thing I feel I may not be able to relate with when people are talking about is football. Because
So
me, I don't
I
watch
think I
very
say
well
okay
football.
because I like the creative industry. Even some things I read some things about the music. I read it just to be able to like
Exactly,
have
just
an
to have the
idea
idea of
and
it.
a lot of
Idea of
things.
it.
So another thing is like take your financial life serious.
That is very,
Everybody
very
is not going to be a
important.
billionaire,
That is very, very
but you
important.
can live comfortably. And all these things allow more way, but you have to put effort. You have to put effort. They say qadar is not prescribed, but it is ascribed. So you must pay in a
It's,
even gone
it's
in God.
my
Based on the
it's
things that you
fixed,
do,
no.
based on the
This one.
things that you do, there are results
It's
that
from
comes. Sometimes some things are just valid. I cannot be a boy. Obìnrin ni mí.
level.
I cannot say what else can I say I cannot do. Just like things like that, there are some things that I cannot change. But things that can change, I think if you have the ability, exhaust your process, you exhaust yourself in the process of making it work. What else would I like to say?
So, and sorry for cutting you short. One thing you mentioned that I really want us to also talk about is the process of observing. And then you mentioned some of our members. And I think that is one thing that gives us edge for our members in
Exactly.
administration and
I was able
campus.
to explore every single
Yes,
member that
we're
we
able to know
knew.
them that okay,
Like,
this is what this one can
Nero,
do.
she can
This is from
memorize. Let her do
Ella.
this one.
Amida, she's
Very good
good
at
to in
speaking. You
speech.
just give
This
them
one is good at
exactly.
internalization. We know that this one can do this one can do this. And when some other people say that oh, let's use this one for this, we tell them that no,
Oshefwe
no.
Alilu, we already have why we are
And
using
here
them.
now, oh no, ito máa ṣe eléyìí, because we be able
Exactly.
to, and that was a very great one. Finally, let's talk about you. The book we read recently, the one you said is your favorite, which is Ego is the
Ego is
Enemy.
the enemy. I like that. That book
Why
talks
do you like this
a lot
book?
to me. Like he talks about me a lot, a lot.
How book?
In the sense that, how should I put? I think I have an ego. You know that mi ò ní gbá attitude. I think I have it. And when I was reading that book, I was like, this thing speaks to me. It speaks to me. And just reading that book, I got to like realize that yes, you can be this and also be this at the same time.
Mm,
Ego is truly the enemy.
very good.
And I think reading that book, I've been able to say, okay, some things that I used to do, I say, no. Because sometimes in the process of, how should I put it, in the process of selection, just like what I've just said now, that we say, just like we learned in ABG.
I was going there. ABG, you talking about
Jane
selection.
to
Yes.
buy channel on my
Wow.
select.
And
And then
and you always say something that when you are saying yes to something,
you're
you are
saying no
saying
to
no to another.
something.
And that same thing came up in the
You see,
ABG because when you are selecting
saying,
from a
I just feel
particular
like
bid,
I've
when you are
learned
selecting
that
against
part of my
another bid.
life in secondary school, and also my English teacher. Shout out to my English teacher. He did a lot in my life. Mr. Teddy Show. He did a whole lot in my life. I remember he would just come to class and say, Kiniko, who are those choosing yes? I want to believe that if you are saying yes, if you are not saying yes, it means you are saying no to this option. So I was just, and then my own, the one that I held tight is that we are saying yes to,
Hey,
we are saying,
subhanallah.
yeah.
Actually made it to run down. Almost 1 hour.
Okay. When it comes to the principle of saying yes to something and saying no to something, there's just one thing that I used to say. I say, when you're saying yes to alcohol, you're saying no to sobriety. So it's either you are drunk or you are not drunk.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was solid.
Thank
That
you.
was solid.
Thank you very
That
much.
has been a long one. To wrap it up finally is the project.
Okay.
That's a very important aspect of our journey. So just briefly tell us what your final year project is about.
Okay, so my project title or project topic is Performance Characteristics of West African Dwarf Goat Fed Plantain Cassava Peel as concentrate. So what we are doing is we want to replace, we'll give them forage because they need forage to develop, for their rumen to develop. Exactly, they need it. But what other meal can they complement to get other nutrients that they need? Okay, we know that when we give them forage, we get energy. What else can we do? So in the concentrate, we're adding cassava peel and plantain peel with varying inclusion level. So we have one with 0%, 10%, 20%, and 30%. So it means that we have 4 treatments. So we want to see what changes in them with the varying inclusion level. Okay, if we give them for 0%, what happens? 10%, what's their initial intake? What's their weight gain? What's their nutrient utilization? And those are just the things that we're looking at. It has been a very nice prep because I started project August and we ended March. It was just like
August last year and
yes,
March
August
this year.
last year and March this year. It was just a
How
lot.
many months? August.
August, September, October, November, December, January,
February,
February,
March.
March.
That's about 8 months.
Wọ́n wá bímọ gan, á ti máa rìn, á ti máa cross, sorry.
Àti fẹ́ marry.
Ah, oh, á ti fẹ́ marry. Ah, I'm looking for Jamal in case you all don't know.
Ṣé ti gbọ́ ó wá Jamal tẹ́
So
wọ́n
I'm
bá rí
looking for
Jamal
Jamal.
ṣàánú
If
ẹ̀.
you are Jamal, somewhere you come
You are
to.
Jamal, just message me. I will just drop comment say I'm Jamal. So I will click the
But
two of
that's
you
just on a
together.
lighter note. You can be my Jamal with another name. You get.
I will click the two
We'll
of you
sort that
together.
out. That was it.
Finally is the shout out moments.
Shout out.
This is a moment for you to appreciate your
Shout out.
friends,
First and
people
foremost,
you want
first
to.
and foremost, shout out. Will not go anywhere without mentioning Abdulhafiz Abdulhafiz, my very own person, my mommy. Ah, God.
That laugh is.
So you know, there was a time I called my mom. She was like, "TESLIMAH ṣé mo ti jẹ gbèsè ni?" Yeah, mommy has to jẹ gbèsè. So my mom, my dad, like just all my families. Then my Zero Abdulhafiz. I'd say that she was I don't know what I would do without her really. I don't know if I would be able to do anything without my older sister. Talk about just this FYB from Monday to Friday. She planned everything from the beginning to the one that she's going to take cost for to randomly every single time I send my result to my sister, she sends me money without even
Don't
saying. The last result I sent, she was like, "Tesuma," she just sent me money. I'm like, "Thank you." Like my sister is, I don't know how to put it. Or Zero Abdulhafiz.
Okay,
This is a
that's
personal
good.
shout out to you. I love you with every fiber of my being. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Then the rest of my siblings, I love you all. You make my life and my world a better place. Then down to my uncles and my aunties, my uncles, father side, mother side, my aunties, mother side, father side. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful to everybody who has been there. And then to all the clique of friends that I have, talk about task, talk about the time comes at us, to Abdulhamid, to Amina, to Sami Oladepo, to guys, I cannot mention everybody. But you guys, every single time that I think about the things I do with my friends, it just makes me so glad that I have the friends I have. To the guys at task, me, Abdulatif, Sakina, and then Sakina and Samiat. Then to just my friends, my childhood friends, Abdulmojid, Maimuna, Abdulwaris, thank you so much for making life worth living. Thank you so much for being there when I just send a message and you guys are just there to answer all my queries. Thank you so much. To my departmental mates, those that I meet randomly, I talk to, I'm so glad that I got to do this O levels. I was like, not O level. I got to do this university life with you. I don't think I would want to do it with any other people. And then to the people at MSSN for now, you guys gave me the opportunity to try, the opportunity to shine. You gave me the avenue to lead. And then to every person that I've taught, you gave me the opportunity to serve. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Just every single person that I've met since the day I've been born, since the day I was born to this moment. Because I feel like the moments might not be like really memorable, but you have to be in my life. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. Jazakumullah khairan. No matter how grant you whatever you need to do, like it.
Oh, mean.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much.
Jazakumullah khairan.
That's
Signing out as
Thank
Big
you.
Tita, looking for Jamal, yeah. So thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much. Ah yes, my friend
Thank-
Darosha Miriam. Thank you so much for always calling me your baby, even though you have countless babies. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, TESLIMAH, for coming. That was a very enjoyable and long session. Even though we had so many things
Yes,
we're not going to talk about.
exactly.
It's because of if there has been time, maybe this should have been like 2 episodes. I should bring you like twice or 3 times for us to talk. But then, so,
Thank you so
dear
much,
Tono,
family.
so we see maybe when we do the family one,
Yes.
so maybe we see get.
Díẹ̀ tó nù nǹkan ní nǹkan. This is nǹkan wa. It's not nǹkan ní
Yes,
nǹkan.
that's true.
Yes.
Thank you so much, TESLIMAH, for coming.
You're welcome. Thank you for
I
having
really
me.
do appreciate you.
Yeah.
Guys, it has been a very lovely moment with TESLIMAH, and that's how we have always been. So we get to talk a lot when we are together, and this is why this video is very long. Not very long. This is why it's longer, relatively longer than the rest. And I believe learn a lot of things in this video, particularly when it comes to personal development and self-growth. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is Last Days in Uni, and I am Abdulhamid Alabi Adeyemo, an exceptional masterpiece of alcoholic, the best of creators. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye.